In the news this week, children struggling with their mental health are being directed to an NHS-backed app pushing gender ideology. A study of gambling ads finds they appeared every 4 seconds in televised Premier League matches last season. And a former soldier will not face charges for silent prayer near an abortion clinic. Hello. A business part-funded by the NHS has been accused of schooling children struggling with their mental health in gender ideology. Cohh plc boasts that 60% of all 10 to 25-year-olds in the UK have free access to its digital mental health care platform, courtesy of NHS and local authority funding. According to an investigation by parent group Transgender Trend, Cohh allows users to self-ID as male, female, agender or gender fluid. It also hosts chats on topics such as coming out as trans and directs children to sites promoting breast binders. The group also says Cohh fails to reflect the issues with the scandal-hit Tavistock clinic or findings set out by the Cass Review. Writing for online magazine Unheard, feminist Mary Harrington described the platform as riddled with highly politicised trans activist assumptions. Epidemic levels of predominantly female youth psychic distress are being funneled through a kind of online sausage machine of the soul in the name of access. A new study has shown that gambling-related ads appeared every 4 seconds during televised Premier League matches last season. In a sample of 10 broadcast matches covering all clubs across the 2022-23 season, researchers documented well over 15,000 gambling-associated ads and logos, including more than 3,500 in the West Ham-Chelsea game, 37 for every minute of game time. Premier League clubs have agreed to ban gambling logos from matchday shirt fronts from 2026 onwards, but the study found these only accounted for 6.9% of gambling adverts recorded. Researchers reported identifying an array of alternative locations in which gambling-associated logos were visible, such as shirt sleeves, the stadium structure, and dynamic pitchside hoarding. Campaign group The Big Step, which is calling for an end to all gambling advertising in football, called the study's findings a national shame. The Police Service of Northern Ireland has announced uniformed officers will not be allowed to march in this year's Belfast Pride Parade. In a statement, its executive team made clear that police service policy and its code of ethics prohibit officers from wearing their uniform or being identifiable as police when engaging in cause issues. Officers and staff may participate in the event in a personal capacity, but must not identify as members of the police service. Assistant Chief Constable Bobby Singleton said the service had carefully considered the request made by its own LGBT group to parade in uniform. But in reaching its decision, he explained the request had to be set alongside the stated purposes of the event and the PSNI's statutory obligations to act with fairness, integrity and impartiality. Mid and East Antrim councillor Timothy Gaston welcomed the move, saying the PSNI had no business supporting a political campaign. And finally, a man who refused to pay a fine for praying silently near an abortion clinic in Bournemouth will not face charges. After an anxious 6-month wait, Adam Smith-Connor welcomed the local council's decision not to pursue criminal proceedings, saying nobody should be criminalised on the basis of offering silent prayers for those impacted by abortion. It isn't for the authorities to determine the contents of my thoughts on this matter on a public street. I served in Afghanistan to defend democratic freedom, and yet we see this encroachment on fundamental rights on the streets of Britain today. Alliance Defending Freedom, which supported Mr. Smith-Connor, explained that if he had not been praying in his mind about abortion, he would not have been confronted by council officials, would not have been asked to leave the zone, and would not have been fined. Well, that's all for this week. For regular updates and information on all of our stories, plus much more, visit our website at christian.org.uk. Until next time, goodbye.